Hello, my name is Leila Sanchez, and this is my Spring 1.2 blog and video evidence. So on Monday, I met with my group for messaging to discuss how to use the tabletops, as well as go over some that needed to be clarified in the rule. And these images showing the and also throughout the meeting, I was improving the rulebook as guides with team's input, and I'll show all on. For Tuesday, I worked classwork for hours. I live lecture hour. Following this, I began looking through all cards document, specifically the cards moves, and then clarifying them for better gameplay in a different text color. The image down here is just an example of the changes I made to the Excel doc, and I will show the full updated document in the video later on. And I worked on this for about 2 hours in total. On Wednesday, 24th, I continued through and improving the card Excel document in preparation for a meeting with the team to finalize a version of turn structure card moves for the playtest that was due. The meeting lasted for about 2 hours and 30 minutes altogether. And then following this, I continued working on refining the as well as reorganizing the content to ensure that it would make sense book to any player. And I spent about 30 minutes this day working on the rule book, and I'll show you that. After the meeting, I also went back and reviewed cards, up the Excel doc more, and then I also updated the backlogs for the project following the we chose to keep track of task progression, which took about 15 updates. On Thursday, I attended the live lecture, and then I continued to finalize changes to the cards that I have made, as well as to the rulebook, which about a total time of an hour. And then I worked on building a sample deck that players can use for playtesting, which actually took about an hour and a half to make. And I also am going to include a link to the sample deck as well. On Friday, I created the playtest questionnaire, which took a total time of about an hour, and then this of it, but I will also be showing it. And this one is already filled out by someone who actually playtested our game. I also completed the official rulebook for our game on Saturday. Formatted everything, made sure it looked good, and followed our cryptic theme we have for all of our other documentation. And then I also included the link for students to view. And on Sunday is when we did our playtesting, and we worked on creating our playtesting environment, and we were doing this for about 2.5 hours. And I also have the video proof in our OneDrive. All right, so what I worked on last is this week is that I completed the official rulebook and dice guide, as well as successfully performed the first playtesting. I created the playtest assignment for the group as well. I also went back into the cards and refined a lot of the moves to be more understandable to the players with little experience. And I will show this in the Excel document. And most of the changes I made are going to be in a red text color. Throughout the week, I met with my team on multiple occasions to discuss assignment criteria and specifics about the game. My team also decided to color code the status of tasks and the backlogs using the following. Completed is going to be green, work in progress is teal, and needs review in yellow. And I'll show that later on as well. For what I will work on next is I will continue to work on the balancing of the card moves and health to decrease the average time of a game. So when we were playtesting the game, we played 2 rounds with the same decks, and it was about more than 45 minutes, and we ended up cutting the second playtesting a little bit short because it was taking so long to complete the game. And from the results of that playtesting, I will be changing the cards, and this will allow us to get a more complete version of the game put together. I will also be working on the second and last sprint backlog for this project for the team, ensuring that my teammates reach the 30-hour requirement. As far as challenges, the only challenges we have faced so far have been dealing with time zone differences within the team and how we have worked to overcome or mitigate this through daily messaging and collaboration calls or meetings when any of us are available. And anything that threatens us to achieve our sprint goal would be the time limitation. But the game mechanics and playability will be guaranteed by the end of the project. The only things that might not be fully completed are going to be the artwork and possibly packaging design. This is shared OneDrive that I have. GAM125 Cryptic project, and we have organized it where more easy done and what's what, so a bunch of files and then what I specifically worked on here is cards. Anything written in red is done by, and it's really just rewording that card move clarity, or if I saw anything out of the ordinary, I would note it. This was missing from the image. And going over more, the basic and worded most of them. That way, I'm also going to work on was a little unbalanced questionnaire playtest. The domain cards are pretty good at are possible. Have our one playmat version, and then we also have blank pages for keeping track of all the implemented project. That questionnaire, I started asking playtest name, age, and gender. I asked, what are your initial thoughts about the game? On a scale from 1 to 10, how enjoyable do you find playing the game with the hex? Are there any specific hexlinks you think are overpowered or underpowered? Rate the balance on a scale from 1 to 10. How clear were the rules and objectives? Was there anything you wanted to do in the game but couldn't? How difficult is the game? How would you describe this game to friends and family? And any final thoughts? And this is the second participant had for our playtest as well. For here is the sample deck composition I created for the testing that we've done this week. And I based it on about 30 cards. I ended up removing 4 from this list, so out of all the numbers, 4, sorry. But this is basically the sample deck layout that we chose to play with, test with. And it worked out really nice. The first round was pretty fun, but the second round ended up dragging out for long. So something we could do. And while we were playtesting, I was in little notes here and there. Yes, and this is based off of cards. And this is official slash rulebook, a real final rulebook that I designed for us. Pretty clean, straightforward. Found it to be legible and gets the point across. How the health mechanics, if you want to play different styles, all that. I just finalized the health dice guide, so the players would manipulate the die with following the game. Very end, we have updated our product backlook following this color key over here. And this is the progress we have made so far at the end of the sprint. Got all the heavy duty priority one things out of the way. Now it's just refinement. And after also went ahead and backlog. And this is looking really good. Just need a little bit of refinement on the tasks that are not complete. But everything will be done. Project. For watching. Hope you have a great day.